The signal just got clearer. Evolution isn't a choice, it's a requirement. We've been building in the shadow. Quality isn't an accident, it's a series of intentional choices.
In golden light, bringing the vibrant energy of student life to the forefront. The air is filled with the sound of chanting, a crowd of students rallying for a cause, their banners fluttering like flags in the wind. Among this spirited protest, we find Rania, a 19-year-old architecture student, navigating the chaos with a stack of heavy books clutched tightly to her chest. She is determined but visibly overwhelmed, as the thrumming pulse of the crowd swells around her, threatening to sweep her away. Suddenly, the ground shifts beneath her, and in an instant, her feet stumble. The heavy architecture books tumble from her arms, scattering on the pavement like fallen leaves. In a moment of vulnerability, she kneels to collect her belongings, frustration bubbling just beneath the surface. Just as despair starts to creep in, a hand reaches into the frame, offering help with a steady grip. The camera tilts upwards to reveal Rahul, a 20-year-old law student, whose calm yet intense gaze cuts through the noise surrounding them. "It's a bad day for heavy reading," Rahul calls out, his voice firm yet reassuring as he leans down to assist her. There's an unexpected connection in that moment, a spark of understanding that flares up amidst the surrounding turmoil. Rania looks up, surprised but grateful, their eyes meeting for the first time. In that brief exchange, the chaos fades, leaving behind a shared acknowledgement of the struggle they each face in a bustling college environment. The scene shifts, drawing us into the quiet serenity of the college library, a stark juxtaposition to the exterior ruckus. Here, the atmosphere is a tranquil sanctuary, dust motes dancing lazily in the shafts of light streaming through tall windows. Rania and Rahul, now seated at a secluded corner table, push their desks together, creating an intimate workspace just for them. As they settle in, it becomes clear that their initial meeting was not just a fleeting encounter. The air is charged with an air of curiosity as they engage in a different kind of learning. Their textbooks lay sidelined, replaced by a single shared sketchbook that they pass back and forth. Rania's hands move fluidly as she sketches out a blueprint, her creativity spilling forth in a flurry of lines and shapes that breathe life into her architectural visions. Meanwhile, Rahul, intrigued by her artistry, adds his own flair by scribbling a poem in the margins, a spontaneous act that speaks to their growing rapport. Each turn of the sketchbook brings their personalities into sharper focus, revealing layers of intellect and imagination that resonate deeply. As they continue exchanging the sketchbook, laughter fills the space, each chuckle a thread weaving them closer together. Rania's eyes light up with passion as she explains her designs, her voice rising and falling with excitement. Rahul listens intently, his own musings transforming into words that dance along the page, echoing the emotions that the sketches evoke. In this moment of intellectual intimacy, Rania discovers a softer side of Rahul, one who shares her enthusiasm for knowledge and creativity. They banter playfully, challenging each other's ideas while simultaneously inspiring one another. With every passing moment, the walls they unknowingly built around themselves begin to crumble, replaced by a burgeoning friendship that feels both exhilarating and comforting. Despite the library's stillness, the dynamic between them crackles with energy, a reflection of their mutual respect and understanding. Each stroke of Rania's pencil inspires a new line of thought from Rahul, who in turn brings forth a fresh perspective that enhances her vision. They are not just students, they are collaborators, navigating the vast ocean of ideas and aspirations that define their academic journeys. The sketchbook becomes a canvas for their shared dreams, each page telling a story of ambition, creativity, and the unexpected bonds that can form in the midst of chaos. As they lose track of time, the outside world and its disturbances fade into oblivion, leaving behind a haven of scholarly exploration and friendship. As the scene unfolds, it becomes clear that this connection is transforming both Rania and Rahul. They are no longer just two students caught in the whirlwind of campus life, they are partners in discovery, each drawing strength from the other. This moment, forged amidst the noise of the world outside, serves as a testament to the power of camaraderie in the pursuit of knowledge and passion. The camera captures their laughter and deep conversations, framing their expressions with authenticity and warmth. In the library's silence, their laughter rings like music, a beautiful melody that signifies the blossoming of a profound relationship. They are no longer just students of architecture and law, they are dreamers, thinkers, and creators, united in their quest for understanding and creativity. As the scene gently fades, we are left with a lingering sense that this day in the library is just the beginning. The friendship sparked amidst the turmoil of the protest has opened the door to new possibilities, an exciting journey that awaits just beyond the pages of their shared sketchbook. In the vibrant world of academia, amidst the protests and heavy textbooks, Rania and Rahul find a piece of themselves in each other. Their story is just beginning, and the campus, with all its hustle and bustle, feels a little brighter as they navigate the future together, crafting their own narrative along the way by the sound of the heavy wooden door slamming shut. Inside her room, Rania stands at the center of the chaos. Her heart races, the weight of her father's disappointment hanging heavily in the air. He towers over her, a figure of authority and rage, clutching her phone like a weapon that exposes her deepest secrets. On the screen, a grainy video plays, capturing an innocent moment shared with Rahul at the market, a moment that now holds the power to unravel her life. Her father's voice, low but simmering with fury, cuts through the dim light. "You have shamed this house. 4 days. The engagement is announced then. This stops now." Each word lands like a blow, the implications of his ultimatum reverberating through her mind. Lockdown. The word feels heavy, suffocating her with its finality. Rania feels the walls of her sanctuary closing in, a prison built from her own choices and the fear of her father's expectations. In that moment of despair, panic surges through her veins, igniting the fight inside her. She is not ready to kneel to the weight of tradition and obligation, not yet. Her gaze shifts, darting around her room until it lands on an old, heavy book collecting dust on a shelf. She rushes to it, yanking it free from its resting place. Inside, a small, ancient mobile phone waits, a relic of her past, barely functional but a beacon of hope in her darkest hour. With trembling hands, she powers it on. The screen flickers, the battery at a meager 5%. Time is not on her side, and every second counts. She types rapidly, her heart pounding louder than the words appearing on the screen. Lockdown. 4 days. Do not come near the lane. Each letter is imbued with urgency, the message a lifeline thrown to her friends, her allies in this battle against her father's control. She hesitates, her eyes flickering to the door that separates her from the outside world, then back to the frail screen. Thoughts swirl in her mind, racing against time, and she knows she must send a final message, one that will communicate the gravity of the situation without arousing suspicion. The clock is ticking. Focus on the foundations. The words come out instinctively, a code that only those who know her father's work would understand. It's a plea for their help, a signal that peril is near. The screen suddenly goes black, the small light extinguishing before her eyes. Panic tightens its grip around her heart once more, but she quickly hides the phone, tucking it away in the shadows of her room. A close-up on her face reveals a transformation. The panic that once clouded her features is replaced by fierce, strategic resolve. She knows this is not the end but a beginning, a countdown to reclaim her freedom. As she stands there, enveloped by darkness, Rania understands that the next 4 days will shape her destiny. Every moment is crucial, every decision must be calculated with precision. She takes a deep breath, focusing on the beating of her heart and the pulse of her resolve. She will not be a prisoner in her own life. Rania's thoughts race as she ponders her next moves. With her father's grip tightening, she must think like a strategist. If she can gather enough support, perhaps she can stall the engagement, delay the inevitable. She remembers the conversations with her friends, the laughter shared over coffee and the dreams discussed late into the night. They all believed in her dreams of love and autonomy. They would understand. The room around her begins to fade as her mind races ahead. She pictures Rahul's face. The tenderness of their moments together washes over her, reminding her of why she must fight. This love is real, pure, and worth every risk. It is the flame that propels her forward, igniting an inner strength she never knew she possessed. But she must act swiftly. She knows the engagement is not a procedure but a declaration, a proclamation that could strip away her choices forever. With an air of determination, she approaches her desk, rummaging through her belongings for anything that could aid her in the days to come. Ink and paper, an old journal, memories filled with hopes and aspirations, all become her tools. She begins to write, crafting letters to her friends, pulling them into the web of her urgency, each word carrying the weight of her plea for understanding and support. "I need you now more than ever," she scribbles, the ink flowing like her heart's desperate appeals. "We must think of a plan. We cannot let this happen. You must trust me." This is not just about her, it is about all of them, the community they formed, the bonds that tie them together. Her friends are her lifeblood, and she knows they will rise to the occasion. Time ticks away, and with it, the countdown inches closer to disaster. Rania glances at the room, assessing her surroundings for anything that could serve her purpose. A plan begins to form in her mind. She must make contact without attracting her father's attention, without setting off alarm bells that could jeopardize her efforts. Deep down, she knows that escaping her father's control will require more than just a few messages and letters. It will demand courage, strength, and unwavering resolve. But standing in the dim light of her room, Rania feels a surge of power. She is ready to claim her destiny, to challenge the very foundations her father insists upon. The countdown is no longer a source of despair, it has become a call to action. With a final glance at the door, she steels herself for the journey ahead. She takes one last deep breath, filling her lungs with hope, determination, and the fierce spirit of rebellion. In those fleeting moments, Rania transforms from a girl confined by her fears into a young woman prepared to fight for her life, her love, and the freedom to choose her own path. The battle has only just begun, and she is ready to confront the challenges that await her in the days to come.